match based on what side they were starting on, and that just throws some randomness into it. But we're live, so I'll let you take it away.
And here we have on CT side is Area 51. They won the knife round. They chose CT side. They have Nitro, Noswald, Disciple, Darky, and Arya. On T side, it's for Sapphire, Kelowna, Tivu, Els, Wabbit, Char, and Ocean. And we are underway in this pistol round. We see Tivu, Wabbit, Els with the bomb. Char included going towards B. Ocean all by himself, A main. 2 CT stacked in B. Nitro playing a passive in A with his teammate Disciple playing aggressive. Arya alone mid. Just noise being made by Ocean at A, throwing smokes, throwing flashes. He's a fake, and he's actually pulling 2 members of the CT side towards A, and here comes the take from B. Darky has already rotated out of B. This is going to be the terrorist bomb site to take, but Darky with a nice one-tap onto Wabbit. However, he's immediately smoked out. The terrorists have the bomb site. Bomb should go down here any second, but first Nozzle is going to take out Char. Ocean has fallen off A main, flanking back around to join his team in B. All 5 members, make that 4 members, still remaining for Area 51. Tivu holding onto the bomb site as well as he can. Sitting target Nozzle going to be pushing up. Will get the frag. There is all 5 members of Sapphire Kelowna down, only 2 down for Area 51. The round will go to Area 51, making this a 1-0 scoreline.
And I mean, I feel like Sapphire Kelowna, probably should have done better on that pistol round. I mean, it worked out pretty much all in their favor. I mean, you saw the fake going off at A, and it actually pulled 3 members over. I mean, they pulled completely out of the site. They got into the site for free. You had one person in the heaven area, and then one person at CT. But the CT guy, he was a little bit delayed. Got there kind of late after the smoke went down. They had plenty of time to get in that site, and it seemed like they were missing their shots with those pistols.
Absolutely, you have to attribute that round to Area 51 just hitting their shots. Because like you said, the strat worked perfectly. You can't ask for that to work perfectly. They pulled mid guy out. They got B site, the B players out of B. So let's stay around. But here we see an eco for Sapphire Kelowna, and they're just going to send all of their members towards A, rushing out when it's smoke and flashes. No kills traded yet. There's Char opening up with a CZ auto on a Nitro, and here comes Trey's Disciple getting 2. Wab and Char getting a few themselves. Bomb goes down, so good eco so far for Sapphire Kelowna in a 3 versus 2 situation. Noswald with only 4 HP does have an M4, but 1 hit from any gun is going to be able to take him out. Wabbit getting spammed down and unable to get the kill onto Noswald. He's going to put that M4 to work, even though he has that 4 HP. 2 versus 2 now, 1 quad. There's Char coming up big. That's a 3K already for him. Darky pushed in, knows where the last man is after getting 1. But there is Char. Char going off that round with the 4K. Almost single-handedly winning Sapphire Kelowna that eco round. Huge round, getting the momentum back on their side.
A very big round. I mean, they got the Constellation Prize on the first round of getting the bomb plants, so that gave them a little bit of extra money. But that round, I mean, that was huge. Area 51 had 3 people in A ready for the take, and they still couldn't hold. I mean, the CZs were just too strong for Sapphire Kelowna, and they didn't use any set smokes or anything fancy to get in there. I think I saw maybe 1 or 2 flashes go down, but essentially it was just them hitting their shots with those CZs, and now they have complete control of the economy.
Yep, all you see is a CTs with, we see 4 CZ autos on the board, 1 still with, that's Arya, still with the USP, and they're just rushing through B, catching Ocean left in T-spawn. That's an AK down, so I don't know if they're going to elect to save that, as this is still going to be a tough round for them, even though they do have the man advantage. No bomb down yet, so maybe getting ahead of myself with that idea there, but Wabbit opening up on a Noswald, Disciple on the site with the CZ auto. That gun is just ridiculous close range, and he's going to put it to work. Wabbit able to trade him off the Wabbit with a 2K. On that op. Now a 3 versus 3. Gun still in favor of Sapphire Kelowna. As an op, AK and Promise is still up. And there's Els from quad box onto the ladder, dropping Nitro. Darky and Arya remaining. And we see Arya, who has the AK. He's going back to T-spawn. Darky just sitting highway. Probably just going to try and get an exit if they choose to exit that way. But Arya definitely saving this AK. I say good move. Darky getting fragged out, so the Arya is already back towards B, so he's not going to be fragged out. The bomb's going to go off. Sapphire Kelowna is going to take a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, I agree with Arya right there, saving that AK definitely was the right choice. Had they got another kill, maybe, go help your team try to get that retake, but I mean, still, a pretty good eco round for the most part. I mean, they forced 2 rebuys from Sapphire Kelowna, and it actually looked pretty scary there. I thought they were going to end up taking that round for a second, but I mean, you can never tell with those CZs. They're just, like you said, so powerful up close, and even with the range nerf, I mean, still pretty freaking strong at a distance. They completely changed eco rounds for the most part.
The ops coming on the board early. We already saw Wabbit go on to work with his last round, but Aria's picked one up himself. Mo's not here to opt for Area 51, but Aria is going to try and pick up the slack. And he's placing that op in Z connector, watching middle, watching the boost as of right now. Interesting setup. You usually don't see teams play. Actually, as I'm getting corrected as I'm going through. As I'll say, you don't see teams play a solo mid, but here's Nitro coming from Cat to help out mid as well. So this is pretty much the default setup you see: 2B, 2 mid, one of those mid guys being connector, a fast rotate to A, and then one playing A solo. But here's SapphireKelowna just splitting up the map a little bit, spotting, waiting for pushes. Char working squeaky a little bit. But here comes this flashes, here comes the smoke. So they're just waiting to see if they're going to push, and now they're going to start to execute. It seems as Ocean L's is pushing out in this mid. Trying to get my auto director to work. CEVO. Yeah, I'm on a borrowed computer, so it's not like working all that well.
Yeah,
but we have 4 coming out A main. And there's Disciple. He has been boosted. He's unable to get any frags. Nitro, his teammate in sight, able to help him out. Tar and L's clearing the site with the 2 terrorists. Yeah, the 2 terrorists that are doing that. 3 CT still remaining. Darky getting Ocean, who's lurking mid. Wabbit still putting that op to work. Gets the frag on Aria, who's trying to push up through CT spawn. Noswall picks up his op. And Char with a beautiful shot onto Darky. And gotta see if Nozzle's gonna go with the save here. Star is a little distracted that round, trying to get my auto direct to work. It's now working. And Nozzle saving the op. SapphireKelowna 3 rounds in a row now, taking a 3-1 lead. And looking at the economy of Area 51, they are broke.
Oh yeah, they've they had to buy, of course, on this round, and yeah, they aren't going to have anything, so it's going to be another save, and I mean another opportunity for SapphireKelowna to just tack another one on the board. They got to be careful though, because we saw in that previous eco, I mean Area 51 was able to do work that round though. I mean, I forget who it was playing on top of those cylinders over at the A main entrance, the CT side, but he had a good opportunity to pick up quite a few kills along with the secondary player at the quad. But they failed at giving those shots, and you know, SapphireKelowna, they're hitting their entries no problem, and that's making it really easy for them to get in there and take these sites.
Once again, we see SapphireKelowna just splitting up, working for pick. They have to be smart enough to know that an eco is coming in, especially now that pistols are being fired. Ocean has gathered that information and is falling back. It looks like the regroup is team playing this intelligently, doesn't want to get caught off guard alone and lose that AK. But he's going to lose it anyways as Aria's pushed up with the USB. Does the last 2 points of health, needed to take down Ocean. He's going to try and sneak up and grab that AK. Tivu's watching it just barely from T-spawn. We're running away, so if Aria can make the right move, he can get this AK. But there's Els, who's still lurking in the garage. He can pick up Aria. So we're seeing this Area 51 playing very passive, not rushing as they did on their last eco, and SapphireKelowna playing this intelligently and playing past themselves. And we see it drop to a 3 versus 2 situation in favor of the terrorists. The bomb site has been taken, and the bomb will go down. Nitro has picked up an AK. Darky picks up an AK as I'm saying that. Either they're going to take a long rotation back, or they're going to hide in B. And it looks like they're just going to hide in B, save these AKs, don't have confidence in the 2v3 retake. And Char and Wabbit are on the chase. So another round for SapphireKelowna. They've won 4 rounds now, 2 of those being eco. So a closer game than a 4-1 scoreline, but I mean Area 51 has to get their money right if they want to have a chance in this.
They sure do, and if they can save these 2 AKs, that's definitely going to help them quite a bit here. Oh, Wabbit almost getting that kill, and he likes to cure with that nade, actually. Nope. But yeah, that round does go to SapphireKelowna, and, you know, both teams, you know, they played it differently. We saw Area 51 going with the playing it a little more cautiously, and SapphireKelowna knew, well, you know, they're on the eco, so we got to play it cautiously as well. We're just gonna spread across the map, look for picks, look for pushes, and I mean, given enough time, Area 51 did start getting a little antsy. They did start pressing, and that's when they started picking people off. But they did manage to save 2 AKs. So I mean, decent eco round in my eyes for Area 51.
Gets their economy right. The rush out mid is real. Aria with 1. Darky slowing down the rush B as he gets blind, but able to pick up 2 frags. That's huge. Char getting 1, getting 2 as he looks up and gets the second frag in defense. So Char all alone in a 1 versus 3 situation. Does have bomb, and he's going to be falling off as he expected the rotate coming in quickly for the CTs, but he's going to be stuck as Nitro and Disciple have rotated into Big Garage, where he's slowly coming up on, being cautious, walking, clearing all of his angles, checking all of his spots. But Arya having B control now, letting his teammates know that. So Disciple and Nitro falling back towards A. So Char, gonna be difficult. Don't know if we see a C here, but he's gonna start to run. Looks like he may be going out squeaky. Not quite sure what he's doing yet, but it is 1 versus 3. Throwing smoke, so it looks like he's gonna be doing something. But Nitro's gonna slow him down as he is flanked through the big garage and gets that frag. 4-2 now.
Yeah, when Char put that footstep down, Nitro heard him and knew exactly where he was, and you saw the A player was in the defense, and he was just going for that push. But I mean, either way, it looked like Sapphire Kelowna tried to do some speed out there. Tried to do it looked like a 3-2 split. 3 people hitting B, and then 2 people going mid to B, probably through the vents. But they just got shut down completely with Ari getting a nice pick, and then Darky in the vents, along with Noswell, and they just held it down perfectly. And that's what they need to keep doing if they want to, pick up the 2 more rounds and possibly get back into this game with the lead.
Both teams are working into their default setup. Ocean lurking towards B, Char lurking towards A, Tivu and Els helping each other out big garage mid, and Wabbit spotting that A main push. That's the setup we've seen the terrorists do. Besides that last round, most of the rounds, that's what they've done. Seeing if they can get anything from Area 51 in the early part of the round before they are forced to execute on some site. Here comes a boost, Tivu boosting Wabbit at mid, but nobody's home. Nobody's there for him to get the pick on, as Noswell's sitting sandbags. Spotting that boost, but Wabbit hasn't peeked far enough up yet. Does see his foot and gets that frag, so great play by Wabbit. Bad play by Noswell, letting him get spotted. But Wabbit just doing what he can. 4 versus 5 now. Still no execution on that mid. Actually, Ocean's going to push out mid. Nitro's going to make him pay for that mistake. And here comes a flash and execute onto the A bomb site from the terrace. There's a Disciple from quad box. Gets one. A drop by Char. Nitro with the trade. Els are spamming away through the smoke. 2 versus 2. Wabbit and Els. Dart versus Darky and Arya. 1 op and 1 rifle for both teams. Bomb goes down. Arya opting from the truck. You see Darky has been pushed up. Wabbit's in a tough spot. He needs to come up with a big play if he can get it, and he does. A nice half foot shot, half quick scope onto Darky to slow down the retake from the CTs. Arya in a tough spot in this 1 versus 2. Roll peeking does get the 1 onto Rabbit. 1 versus 1 now. Flashing, coming in quick, coming in hot with the op. Can he find that last player and still have time to defuse? He's going to stick it, folks. He's not faking. Pros don't fake. But Els coming up over the top, gets the frag, wins the 5th round for Sapphire Kelowna.
And that was a tough spot for Arya. He had the op, and I kind of wanted him to save it, but he knew that Wabbit was in that tough spot, completely pinned in that little corner, and if he got that shot, then he was in the 1v1 opportunity, and then he had a shot at clutching it. And after I saw him do that, I figured, yeah, okay, he made a pretty decent play there. And unfortunately, he just couldn't pick up that last kill because the time was ticking and he had to go for the defuse. So,
yeah, an unfortunate predicament he was put in there. And the save once again for the CTs. They just can't get their money right. They could have forced spot, but they're making a smart move to go with the eco. And there's just Els opening things up with the frag onto Noswell. And the B site is open for the terrorists to take, and that is exactly what they are doing. 3 CTs rotating through big garage. Ocean was there to catch the flank, but unable to do his job as Arya comes around the corner with the 5-7 and takes out his head. 1 Galil picked up on Arya's back now for the counter terrorist. Bomb goes down in B site. Char and Wabbit holding the site. Tivu and Els and checkers, and there's Tivu and Els with 2 quick frag onto Arya and Disciple, making this quickly a 4v4, turning into a 4 versus 2. And here's Darky and Nitro. They're just going to be waiting for exits. Hopefully, the terrorists make a bad move and rotate out without checking their corners. Nitro peeking, getting dropped. But actually, he's able to get Els. Oh, wow. Able to get Els. Charge trades him out. Darky's still up with just a CZ. No gun safe for him. He's back at mid, so he's just going to be saving $300 of his economy. Sapphire Kelowna on a roll. 6 rounds.
They are, and I mean, honestly, they're doing it's all coming down to their economy control and the fact that they know that they're doing it, because I mean, they're just completely holding these guys down in terms of economy, and then they're changing it up and going with speed once they know that their economy is down and that they can just get into these sites easy. We saw that big rush happen again. This time it was successful though because of the eco, and I mean, Area 51 needs to start getting some rounds, but on the same side, when they win the rounds, they're not getting a losing bonus, which obviously you don't want to be on losing bonus either. But they need to start winning rounds consistently. Otherwise, they're going to stay in this position of where they keep buying and saving over and over.
And what you look at this, folks, Disciple pulling out the big gun, the mean gun, the auto sniper.
Oh yeah.
So let's see where he's putting that to use. He's using that at mid and Z connector, which unfortunately for him, no counter terrorists are going unless he's able to peek up and watch this boost spot as Wabbit has boosted onto the box, courtesy of Char. It looks like we're going to be seeing a mid to B split here, or maybe just a B take with Wabbit lurking mid. As soon as they take, he'll come around the corner and try and catch rotates as Tivu L's Ocean. All by a playground. Char coming with the bomb to join them. Here come the flashes. Here comes the smokes. Here comes the take. Darky being flamed out. He's going to have to get out of his spot quickly. He's going to be caught in kind of an intermediate spot, and Tivu's going to make him pay, but Disciple has put that auto sniper to work, coming in from heaven. Oswald 2 frags from checkers. Ocean able to get the trade. 2 versus 2 now. Disciple still has the auto sniper. Nitro rotating around through mid. Bomb is yet to be planted as it's down. No one picking it up. There's Ocean trying to work his way inside. He will decide. He will the bomb plant, and Wabbit caught with his pants down, looking the wrong way. Nitro makes him pay from the vent. Here comes Disciple pushing in through the smoke. And he will be able to find Ocean. So Sapphire Kelowna loses that round. Area 51 making great plays. 6-3 now.
Yeah, it was a very good hold. And when you're struggling, just turn to the auto sniper and you'll start winning rounds. But yeah, I mean, it was good defense. You saw Noswell actually be really sneaky in the vent after he let Sapphire Kelowna walk into the side. He picked up 2 very easily, and the trades just went out, evenly, and Sapphire Kelowna couldn't get an edge on that round. So yeah, they had trouble holding the site, and now look, it's the shoe is on the other foot. Sapphire Kelowna is saving now, despite winning so many rounds in a row. They're in a tough spot. So it just shows that how close this game is, because it's so back and forth that they can't establish a big economy.
Nitro coming with the big frag through the smoke. Ocean has to be a little frustrated at that. But yeah, like you're saying, even though Sapphire Kelowna was winning rounds, they weren't winning them handily. You still saw Area 51 coming to the frags, and Nitro has a 3-kill ready before being dropped by Char. Char able to get a second onto Noswell, who's flanking around through A main. And Disciple worked his way in with his teammate Arya into the A bomb site. Wins that round. And so yeah, I mean, as you would assume, as a terrorist on an eco, but as I was saying, yeah, terrorists being dropped, it's not like they're winning rounds handedly. So this is a really close game. Area 51 putting their foot in the door, getting themselves back into this game. They've won 2 rounds in a row now, right?
Yes.
And they have the economy. Their economy's starting to build up a little. Actually, not really. 3 guys sitting below $1,000.
CT economy is pretty expensive. So yeah, you need to win like 3 rounds in a row to start building something.
Especially when you have the auto sniper. It's still in Disciple's hands. He's at mid with it going around towards truck at A. We haven't really seen in recent rounds, besides that eco, a rush coming in for Sapphire Kelowna, except for Ocean when he decides to just run into places by himself, as he does at B, gets 1 frag. Unable to get a second. Char looking squeaky. 1 CT has pushed up all the way almost to T-spawn. Char making a call, trying to take him out. Unable to do so far, as the CT has fallen back. That was Nitro. He was playing a solo A right now. Disciple with the auto sniper gets 1. Can he come with the second? Will get the second. That auto sniper, he's done work with that. It's a risky buy, but he's had about 5 kills in the last 3 rounds, so it's definitely paying off for them. And Nitro hiding in the site gets 1, gets traded off. The Disciple with another 3K with the auto sniper. Now we just see Area 51. It's a completely other story right now. It's night and day for them.
I know. I mean, it was looking pretty solid for Sapphire Kelowna, but now Area 51's back in the game, and I mean, if they want to unseat that auto sniper, obviously it's going to come from the cost of smokes or the cost of an op, which they can't afford right now because obviously they're saving. But I mean, their economy, they haven't been able to generate that big of a lead. I think Sapphire Kelowna was only able to have an op at the first, like the 4 and 5 round at the beginning of this match. So I mean, since then the money has been tight.
Barring anything excruciatingly painful for the counter-terrorists, we will see a win for them, as it is an eco. Char and Ocean pushing through A. They have bomb down at mid, and this is frags coming in left and right for Area 51, as we've seen the last few rounds. As soon as Sapphire Kelowna pushes one way, they're just shut down completely. Maybe they get 1 entry pick, but the trades, the setups that Area 51 has, allowing them to get the trades, is just coming up big for them.
Yeah, I mean, and you said, Darky started off well this game, but it is Nitro and Disciple stepping it up here, getting Area 51 back into this game. You know, but if I was Sapphire Kelowna, I mean, it's a little disheartening to lose, 3 rounds in a row, but still, they have 6 rounds. They're doing very well for their T side, and if they could pick up 1 to 2 more, I mean, they should be feeling just fine with it.
Yeah, they're not hitting the panic button yet, but they may after this round. Arya comes up with a huge headshot on his team as they're pushing the site. Here we see the rush from Sapphire Kelowna, opening up the site. Noswell coming in from the heaven, trying to get 1 frag. Will get the frag onto Char. 3 versus 2 now. Spamming away as Nozzle once again through a smoke, drops L's all left up to Ocean, who has pushed his way into CT spawn. He's walking. He's going to be able to flank. As I don't think he had Nozzle. 2 members
Yeah, this
in
is
heaven. This is going to be deadly. This is going to be deadly. As there's Ocean sneaking up and getting both frags, changing this quickly into a 1 versus 1. A beautiful, beautiful play coming from Ocean. Nitro, the last member standing for the counter terrorist. He is their last hope.
If only he was able to grab the bomb, he'd be able to just beeline it to B and get a plant. I mean, to A and get a plant.
That would have been the perfect play.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful play. Not perfect, though, as he still has to work his way back into B and get the bomb. Nitro playing very passively. Ocean not going for the bomb right away, trying to clear spots. We see Nitro pushed up, holding a good angle. Should be able to get the kill. And the angle does pay off for him. Instant headshot onto Ocean. So Ocean... So close, man. So close. Nice try.
It was a great try, and he almost had it. Like I said, if he would have just happened to just walk on the bomb as he was going through it, I mean, it would have been best case scenario. But Nitro played that very well. Just waited for him to come, waited for the terrorist to come to him rather than trying to keep his eye on the bomb or just let him make the wrong move. And that's exactly what happened. And that round was so back and forth. I mean, the trades were happening for Area 51, then Sapphire was getting them, and it was just, yeah, very, very dramatic round.
Yeah, looks like we're going to see a quick A-take. We see Sapphire Kelowna starting to go back to the A. They know the slow take isn't working. They're hitting this hard, but being shut down completely. 4 kills, 5 kills for Area 51. No kills for Sapphire Kelowna. Completely shut down on that A-rush. And here we have Area 51, 6 rounds in a row. Sapphire Kelowna off to such a great start. Losing track now, losing a little footing.
Yeah, and Sapphire Kelowna wants to get this. Like I said, usually 8-7, 9-6 for the CTs going into this, and that looks like it's going to be what we're going to end up with going at the end of this. And you see Sapphire Kelowna's buy is looking very weak. Only 1 smoke grenade and 1 decoy and a couple people missing head armor, so... Oh man, nice shot there by Aria to open it up. But yeah, I mean, with that involved as well, I mean, it's going to make it that much harder for Sapphire Kelowna to pick up this round.
We were discussing earlier how good scope weapons can be on this map, and I was saying if the right team can figure out a way to counter them, but Sapphire Kelowna has not figured out a way. As we see Aria and Disciple with their scope weapons, one being an op, one being an auto sniper, just doing absolute work. Doing work in this round, however, is Els as he comes up with 1-2, make that 3 kills. And he's going to be put in a 1 versus 2 situation. If they want to win this last round of the half and make it 8-7 rather than 9-6, Els is going to have to come up with the ace. Noswell and Aria still standing for the counter-terrorist. Aria holding a great angle as it looks like Els is going to be walking into his crosshair. Give him another 10 seconds as he's slowly making his way across there. Kind of peek, and actually there we see Aria missing a shot. Els is going to chase him down rather than run straight to B. Will he be able to get the frag? Sprays him down, does get the frag, so 1 versus 1 now. Noswell has already made the rotation over as Els is just running the site with his knife out, going to be caught off guard. Noswell with the big frag. Els with the 4K, not good enough. At the half, Area 51 up 9-6 over Sapphire Kelowna.
Yeah, and like you said, the scoped weapons can get out of control if the team doesn't know how to counter them. Unfortunately, I don't think it was the fact that they didn't know how to counter it. I think it was the fact that, Sapphire Kelowna started off with the economy advantage. So they suppressed Area 51. Area 51 won a couple rounds that completely turned it around on Sapphire Kelowna. And then after that, Sapphire Kelowna's economy was completely shot, and they couldn't afford ops anymore. And they could barely even afford full nades. And like I said, to get the op or to counter the op or the auto, you need to yourself buy an op or get your smoke grenade set, and they just couldn't do it. And we saw how Area 51 was able to turn that around. So this pistol round coming up, it's going to be very important for Sapphire Kelowna to get it and get back to tied or take the lead, depending on how ecos go. So Yeah, we'll see. I mean, obviously the gun round after that will be super important as well, but they need to get their economy established, and I think they need to be the ones using the scoped weapons against Area 51. They can't let them get those in their hands again.
And I want to give a little tip of my hat to Area 51 as they were getting down early, as we discussed early in the game. They, one pistol, lost the next round, and then just kind of landslide until it got to 6-2. But they weren't force buying. They were keeping their cool, saving when they needed to, not forcing anything, and just look at that, 7 rounds in a row. It paid off for them. So great play. Usually see some inexperienced teams go for that force buy. Is like, we're losing too many rounds. We need to force something. But good job. The experience to them pays off. And the experience for Area 51 is going to rush into A. CEVO and Darky getting kills for both their teams. Charles with one himself. Here comes Els around the forklift. Will get the spam on Disciple. Quickly 3 versus 2. Bomb is down for the terrace. Els still spamming away. Getting shot from the side from Nitro. CEVO with 1. Nitro with the second with the Glock. 1 versus 1. CEVO with 100 HP. Nitro with 4. Nitro with 0. CEVO with the frag to end the round. Will get that bomb defuse. So Sapphire Kelowna winning their first round of the last 8. And 9-7 now.
Yeah, and like I said, that's what they needed. Hopefully they can carry this through to, tie it up 9-9 for that gun round. Interesting hold by Sapphire Kelowna. They sacked 2 people on the squeaky at A, and I think that kind of caught Area 51 off guard a little bit. Nitro managed to almost pull that round out, even though he got flanked, and somehow the person at truck just completely whipped his shots. I didn't see who it was, unfortunately, but yeah, Nitro got away with a little luck on that one, and I mean, that round should have been a lot easier for Sapphire, but either way, they do get it, and now they're in a good position here.
The bomb did go down for Area 51, so they're going to save this round, and probably by next round, their save strat is going to be a straight-out rush, which is going to be immediately shut down by Els and CEVO.
That
round
grenade was
20
ridiculous.
seconds.
Yeah, that grenade hit all 5 of them and brought them all to 50 health. I mean, he timed it perfectly. He saw the flash or come in or the smoke from the terrace, and he just timed it perfectly on him.
For those of you that blinked and missed that round, Sapphire Kelowna coming up with a great hold on the V. That was over before it even started. But like I said, the buy comes in for Area 51 on this third round. Full AK buy. Not too many nades, as Noswell and Disciple have 0. But still with the equipment value except for Wabbit, who has picked up an op. CEVO with the bomb is putting that to work at the B bomb site. But Nitro and Darky have already worked their way in. They're going to smoke out Ocean and try to force their way into the site. Ocean spamming away, doesn't care about that smoke. What smoke is what he's saying, gets the frag. We actually see Disciple with the bomb. It was a complete fake. Disciple in A. Pushing through CT as I believe he knows 1 is flanking him. L sees his foot, gonna turn around the corner, let his teammates know. Flash is gonna come out. Gonna chase the bomb into CT spawn. Will get that frag. Disciple goes down, bomb down in the back of CT connector, which is gonna be a problem for Nitros. It's already tough enough in this 1 versus 3. And he's just hiding in the corner, throwing smokes out. Working his way around the op that is watching him. Char, I don't even know if he crossed. Now he's starting to adjust his sights, so we'll see him. The crouch peek does not work for Nitro. Char getting the frag with the op. Like you said, good job by Sapphire Kelowna. Well, that pistol, winning the 2, not getting ecoed. Actually, that round wasn't even eco. That was just good play by them, making it 9-9.
Yeah, they were able to buy because they got that bomb plant in the first round, and I mean, sneaky play by Area 51 almost paid off, but CEVO hung around in the A site just a little too long and was able to catch Disciple trying to sneak that bomb in and go for the play, and caught him with his pants down, and yeah, and the team knew what was going on. They rotated over and left Nitro in the site. Okay, we're not going to even bother with him. We'll just kill the bomb carrier, and then we got the advantage. And after that happened, I mean, it was out of Area 51's reach.
5-man stack from Area 51 in this A main. They've walked up as their smoke's out. They're going to explode here onto the A bomb site in any second. That's going to be left up to Ocean, Char, and Els if the CT side to hold it off. And it's done great so far as Els and Ocean and Wabbit joining in on the fun. But not before Nitro and Darky can get a frag of peace. Darky's still standing with 16 HP. Make that 0 HP as Els gets him as he runs away from the forklift. Sapphire Kelowna 4 rounds straight. 10-9.
Yeah, and even though, they do the third round buy, I mean, it's still essentially the same thing as, 3 ecos and a buy. But now we're on the second gun round for this half, and Nitro, he looked like he was debating on buying an op and then decided not to at the last time. But they have plenty of nades right now. I see a molly. Maybe Arya tries to do a molly setup at B, like as we saw from SapphireKelowna earlier in this round, in this half. Sorry, game. Excuse me. And it worked out very well. So I mean, if they do get that, I mean, that's gonna move that platform player off his spot probably to CT or even trap him further in the site, and they should be able to cut him off and isolate him and get that kill. They just got to be wary of the mid rotate and the vent player.
The only op on the field is in Wabbit's hand. He's gonna have to hold off a B rush here in just a second. Won't be able to do it as Nozzle with a beautiful one tap, literal one tap on the Wabbit. But Ellis has flanked through checkers, through the vent into checker, gets two. CEVO has pushed his way through the smoke, trying to get it. His second frag of the round will be able to get it with that P250. Darky in vent, spraying, missing. Char not missing, gets that frag, and 11-9.
That one tap from Noswald was just absolutely disgusting, and that's like
won them the round.
Huh?
I'm gonna say that won them the round.
It should have.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it should have. Yeah, sorry.
It should have won him the round. That's like the ideal entry scenario, and then it just completely blew up on him. I mean, you had the defense from, I think it was Els in the events, and he just, he picked up, traded out 2 for 1, which is what you need to do when your team member in the site goes down. So he did a great job holding, and we are going to see another buy here, and the losing bonus is probably the reason for that, because they have lost 4 in a row now. So yeah, it is starting to stack up for them.
And they have a mid control completely, which is huge on this map. And it looks like they're going to use that mid control to take towards A, as that is where Darky and Nitro with the bomb are located. Arya's actually pushed his way up into Z connector, joining him is Nozzle. They're going to try and push into CT spawn, paying off as they get the frag on L and make that 2 for Nozzle, dropping Wabbit as well. Quickly a 5 versus 3. CT's playing on their heels now. A bomb site is going to be taken as the last terrorist is dead. He was towards B, gets dropped from the off of Arya, who picked it up off the dead body of Wabbit, I believe. And Area 51 forcing their way, not losing this without a fight, winning another round.
It was an important one too, because that probably would have been a save due to how little they were able to buy on that round. But yeah, I mean, establishing that mid control is so important for the terrorists. As you saw, they got the mid control and they were able to push through CT spawn, get a pick, and then the rest of the defense just fell like dominoes from there on out. And if you looked at Sapphire's economy, I mean, they are in danger of having to save. So we might see a flip flop like we did on last half.
Nozzle getting a quick entry at mid, but it's traded off. And it's Tivu and Ocean joining on the fun with frags for the counter terrorist. Disciple still boosted, gets a frag onto Wabbit, who is sitting at the sandbags. Char has rotated around, will be able to kill Disciple, who is boosted up. Turn around looking the wrong way, unfortunate for him. Darky in this 1 versus 3. Gets Char as Char misses shot. Rare occurrence for him. Darky capitalizing. I believe it was the other way around a few rounds ago where Darky missed on a Char and made him pay. But now it's a 1 versus 2. Even Ocean covering the bomb. Darky trying to make his way out, pick it up, do anything he can. The spray is not real. Ocean able to get the headshot on a Darky, ending that round before it got too scary for SapphireKelowna. 12-10 now. And
now where's a potential save for SapphireKelowna? It's actually going to be Area 51 on that save, and I mean, another opportunity for SapphireKelowna to just extend their lead that much further. And, first of all, that stops the losing bonus. Well, the win stopped the losing bonus. So now they're, Area 51 is in a tough spot, because if they don't win the next round, they're going to be forced to save again. And that's going to be probably match point by then. So, I mean, obviously this eco is important, but the next round is going to be even more important.
What's important so far is Wabbit picking up 2 frags for his team, and L is coming up he's on cleanup duty. Gets 2 for himself. And Darky's just going to go down without a fight. All he had was a Glock in hand. Ocean has the M4. What's going to win that battle long range?
Obviously the M4. So yeah, nothing's too special about that eco. It just looked like they tried to commit to mid and got torn apart. And now we're going to see him go for the buy. It's going to be interesting to see what Area 51 does here. I mean, on their last buy round, they went to B, had some pretty good success. Pretty good shot by Noswald that hit him the entry, and then it kind of blew up. But I mean, if they could replicate that and do it again, I mean, I think they could have success.
Ells and Wabbit opening up frags. It's a mid rush is what we see from the terrorists, but they're just no hope. Barring anything, I don't even know, amazing, we're going to see SapphireKelowna be able to hold on to this round as they have bomb, they have mid control. 5 versus 2. Now they're just on cleanup trying to get these last frags, and that will put them at tie point. And it looks like we'll force Area 51 either on an eco if they want to go for the tie, or a very, very light force buy.
They gotta try to save these guns. I mean, I really doubt they're gonna win this 2v5, but Darky is saying otherwise.
He is manning up, working his way into the A-bomb site. Looks like he's going to try and flank around through mid, but CTs have their attention. I mean, only 2 guys standing. They can put their attention in very, very specific places. Now that they know where he is. And yeah, there he goes down. The gun will not be saved on Darky's back. And Nitro looks like he's not going to be trying to save his either.
Yeah.
As actually now he's running away from the bomb. He's not going to be going for it. 20 seconds left, and it looks like SapphireKelowna is not chasing.
I would imagine in TeamSpeak right now, the rest of Area 51 is asking Darky why he decided to push when they need to save for the next round, because, I mean, they're probably, like we said, either going to have to force, and their force is not going to be good whatsoever. It's going to be like a $2,000 force, you know, 2,500 to 3K at max.
No one has 3K on their team.
Yeah. Yep. 2,500. Yeah, so, I mean, this is, you got to go for a save here. If you force...
Nope.
No,
There's
wow.
one AK bot up. Actually, AK no armor for Disciple. What's he trying to do there?
I would assume is going to do the same.
Darky's going Galil with armor. Arya head armor in the Deagle. Nozzle head armor and a P250. Nitro, of course, saved that AK. And here's this B rush. They're going to say, we're half fine. We're hurting. We're just going to rush B. See if we can get those entries. Force our way into a bomb plant and get a bomb down. But here comes the spray from CEVO. Only able to get 1 before being traded out by Nitro. L's with 1. L's with 2. Lined it out in the site. Ocean's there to help him. Ocean's going to come up with 1 frag of his own. All left up to Nozzle on a 1 versus 4. And once again, SapphireKelowna just shutting down any rush Area 51 throws at them. Nozzle with the bomb has pushed his way into CT spawn. Waiting for Char to come around the corner. Char is being very, very cautious coming around through his angles. I think he may have heard a footstep as a nice nade comes out, and then a molly as well. Forcing Nozzle up into heaven, which... yeah, they definitely know they're 100% heard a footstep, made a call or something.
Trapped by fire.
He's trapped completely. He has nowhere to go with only 14 HP. He just needs to go die. There's no way he saves this. As Char is going to spam him Dowwise back his turn. Match point for SapphireKelowna.
And it's going to be another very light buy. I gotta say, I'm really kind of disappointed with what Area 51 did on that round. I mean, sure, go for the force, I guess. It wasn't really good for their economy to do so, but, you know, they wanted to go for it. But then the strategy they went with, the rush to B, I felt it was like just a complete throwaway.
That's a save. If you're going to call that strat, go for the save.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't waste your economy on a round like that. Don't put all your eggs in one basket that quickly into a round when you know you've been shut down by SapphireKelowna so many times. And here we see CEVO spamming away through that half smoke, dropping Noswal. And we see 2 Galils, 2 AKs still standing for the terrorists off, of course. That whole game, it's been there. At least this whole half on Wabbit's back. And here we see Area 51. Now when they have that half by now, they're starting to go with kind of a default work pick. Be passive, wait for some sort of entry setup. Or some sort of aggression from the CT, sorry. Looks like they're working their way towards B, where Els and CEVO are patiently awaiting them. CEVO getting a little less patient. He's going to peek out, get 1, gets 2. That makes it 3 kill count total for him. CEVO with the 4K. Can he finish this off with an ace? As he's going for it, he will be able to get it. What a way to end the match for CEVO with the big ace coming up. And there you have it, folks. SapphireKelowna beats Area 51 16-10.